Hello my dear students, welcome to Rajesh Biology and this is Rajesh, MSc Zoology. Before going to know about the intestinal glands, I just want to teach about the digestion process in stomach. Actually, stomach is a bag-like structure, sac-like structure, and it stores food for 4 to 5 hours. Okay, and it mixes the gastric juice with the food by the churning movements. ఈ churning movements చూపిస్తుంది. The churning movements, the peristaltic movements which are present in the stomach are also known as churning movements, and by the churning movements it mixes the gastric juice with food, and that gastric juice have HCl. Where is the HCl? Right, gastric juice have HCl, which is very acidic in nature, right? Their pH is 0.9 to 1.8 or 2.5, very acidic in nature. Mostly the gastric juice have 95% nearly water. The remaining is HCl and the remaining enzymes, mucus. Okay, right. So stomach stores food for 4 to 5 hours, and by the churning movements it mixes the gastric juice with the food, and the main component is HCl. It converts the inactive forms of the zymogens into their active forms. These prorenin and pepsinogen is also known as zymogens, because these peptic cells are also known as chief cells, are also known as zymogen cells, and these zymogen cells release zymogens. The zymogens are of two types, prorenin and pepsinogen. These two are inactive in form. Okay, they need HCl or acidic nature for their activation. So what is the function of HCl? First of all, HCl provide acidic nature, and it converts the inactive zymogens into their active forms, and HCl is also help in killing the microorganisms which are enter into the alimentary canal through food. Okay, so HCl is very acidic in nature. It can kill the microorganisms, or it can convert the compound food particles into smooth and soft particles. Okay, so it has ability to digest the wall of the stomach also. Is it clear? దీనికి ఇంత పవర్ ఉన్నప్పుడు it can digest the wall of the stomach also. So that wall must be protected from the acidic nature of the HCl. That productional force is secreted by the neck cells, that is nothing but mucus. Mucus protect the wall of the stomach from the excoriation by the HCl. HCl దాన్ని కిల్ చేయకుండా, HCl వాల్ని రప్చర్ చేయకుండా మ్యూకస్ ఒక లేయర్ని సెక్రెట్ చేస్తుంది. దట్ మ్యూకస్ లేయర్ ప్రొటెక్ట్ ద వాల్ ఆఫ్ ద స్టమక్ ఫ్రమ్ ద HCl. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఫంక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ది HCl. ఓకే, so HCl convert the prorenin into renin, pepsinogen into pepsin. Digestion in stomach. Stomach stores food for 4 to 5 hours, and it mixes the HCl with the food by the churning movements. And the wall of the stomach secretes gastric juices. They are nothing but mucus and HCl, and the peptic cells also secrete zymogens, which are nothing but prorenin and renin. Okay, actually the main role of HCl is it converts the inactive pepsinogen into active pepsin, and inactive prorenin into active renin. So if there is no secretion of HCl, what will happen? Actually, this is a 2-mark question. If there is no HCl secretion, what will the fate of the digestion? ఏమవుతుంది? If there is no HCl, there is no conversion of inactive pepsinogen into active pepsin, inactive prorenin into active renin. So automatically the protein digestion will not occur in the stomach. So HCl is very important for the digestion of proteins. Okay, HCl converts the pepsinogen, inactive pepsinogen into active pepsin. Pepsinogen. This gen indicates its inactive form. Converts into active pepsin. In the form of HCl. That pH is 0.9 to 1.8, which is optimal pH for the conversion of inactive pepsinogen into active pepsin. And other enzyme, prorenin, inactive form. Pro also indicates its inactive form. Into active renin. In the presence of HCl. And active pepsin itself can convert into its inactive form into active. That means inactive pepsinogen convert into active pepsin in the presence of pepsin. Pepsinogen, inactive form, also converted into active pepsin in the presence of pepsin. And these pepsin and renin are helpful in the protein digestion. That means actually renin is secreted in infants only, that means in childhood only. Mammals secrete renin in their infant stage or childhood stage, because renin is work on the milk protein. Renin works on milk protein. That is, there is a milk protein known as casein. That casein is converted into calcium paracaseinate in the presence of renin. This renin is present in the infants only. Adults doesn't secrete the enzyme renin. Okay. And the calcium paracaseinate renin in the presence of calcium, Ca2+. Okay, and the calcium paracaseinate converted into proteases and peptones in the presence of pepsin. Calcium paracaseinate converted into proteases and peptones in the presence of pepsin. Okay. Right. Proteins also. Proteins also converted into proteases and peptones in the presence of pepsin. These are the enzymatic actions or chemical digestion which occur in the stomach. Okay, I'll explain clearly. right? This is the stomach, okay, and digestion in mouth. Also, we are complete digestion in mouth. ఒక ఏదైనా ఒక ఫుడ్ పార్టికల్స్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకుందాం. దట్ ఫుడ్ పార్టికల్ హ్యావ్ 3 bioMacromolecules, that means fat and proteins and carbohydrates. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, వేడివేడి అన్నంలో కర్డ్ వేసుకొని తింటూ కొంచెం దాల్ నంచుకున్నాం, పప్పు నంచుకున్నాం, ఓకే, టమాటా పప్పు, మామిడికాయ పప్పు నంచుకున్నాం అనుకుందాం. దట్ దాల్ ఈజ్ ప్రోటీన్. ఆ పప్పు ప్రోటీన్, రైస్ కార్బోహైడ్రేట్, కర్డ్ వచ్చేసి ఫ్యాట్. సో ఈ ముద్దను మనం తీసుకున్న తర్వాత ఇన్ అవర్ మౌత్ దట్ salivary amylase acts on the carbohydrates, and 30% of the digestion of carbohydrates completed in oral cavity, and that starch is converted into maltose in the action of salivary amylase. So remaining dal, curd అలానే ఉన్నాయి. A dal and curd through pharynx, esophagus reach the స్టమక్ దగ్గరకు వచ్చేటప్పటికి ఏమున్నాయి? మాల్టోస్ ఉంది, 30% డైజెషన్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత వచ్చిన కార్బోహైడ్రేట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, అండ్ దాల్ ఉంది, కర్డ్ ఉంది, ఓకే. దాల్ ఈజ్ ఎ ప్రోటీన్. దట్ ప్రోటీన్ ఈజ్ కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ that proteins are converted into proteases and peptones. Okay, proteases is more complex than peptones. Proteins are more complex than proteases. అంటే ఒక ప్రోటీన్ చైన్ని కట్ చేస్తే ప్రోటీయేజెస్ ఫామ్ అవుతాయి, దాన్ని కూడా కట్ చేస్తే పెప్టోన్స్ ఫామ్ అవుతాయి, దాన్ని ఇంకా కట్ చేస్తే ట్రైపెప్టైడ్స్, ఇంకా కట్ చేస్తే డైపెప్టైడ్స్, ఇంకా కట్ చేస్తే మోనోపెప్టైడ్. ఇట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ అమైనో యాసిడ్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ద ప్రోటీన్ డైజెషన్. బట్ అంత కట్ చేయడానికి దెర్ ఈజ్ నో దట్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ ఎంజైమ్ పవర్ ఇన్ స్టమక్. ఇట్ కెన్ కట్ అప్ టు పెప్టోన్స్ ఓన్లీ. Okay, the remaining digestion of the proteins completed in small intestine. Okay, clear. That food bolus is reached here. That food bolus is reached here. Okay, and the wall of the stomach release HCl. HCl have pH 0.9 to 1.8, very very acidic in nature. That acidic nature is optimal for the activation of pepsinogen. So when HCl is released, that pepsinogen is converted into active pepsin, and that pepsin converts its inactive form into active form. It is also known as autocatalysis. Very very important. Autocatalysis. Pepsin itself converts its inactive form into active form. Okay, and the HCl is also converts the prorenin into renin in infants only. There is no renin in adults. Okay, if we are very a small child, or if we are infants, we take some milk from our mother. That milk reach the stomach, and milk have a protein known as casein. That casein must be converted into proteases and peptones. Clear? That casein is first converted into calcium paracasinate in the presence of calcium ions by the action of renin. Clear? Casein, which is present in the milk, is converted into calcium paracasinate in the presence of calcium by the action of renin. Okay, that calcium paracasinate is converted into proteases or peptones. Mainly the calcium paracasinate converted into peptones by the action of pepsin. It is a single reaction actually. Casein converted into calcium paracasinate in the action of calcium in the presence of calcium by the action of renin. That calcium paracasinate converted into peptones by the action of pepsin. So milk digestion is completed. Some proteins that proteins are converted into proteases and peptones by the action of the pepsin. So this is the digestion of proteins. Okay, there is no digestion of starch in the stomach. Okay, according to our textbook. And the small intestine wall, the stomach wall release the chief cells, zymogen cells, are also release a small quantity of gastric lipase. Gastric lipase, a small quantity of gastric lipase which help in the digestion of the fats. Okay, so note these equations, very important. Protein digestion in stomach. Okay, next, glandular tissue in small intestine. Glands in small intestine. The duodenal mucosa, submucosa of the duodenum have Brunner glands which secrete mucus. And the base of the villi form some crypts. Base of the villi form crypts, and that crypts are known as crypts of Lieberkühn. Lieberkühn crypts. They also secrete some mucus. The secretion of both crypts of Lieberkühn and Brunner glands constitute called succus entericus. Succus entericus, which is also known as intestinal juice. Secretion of the Brunner glands and the crypts of Lieberkühn constitute called succus entericus, which is also known as intestinal juice. And this intestinal juice contains peptidases. Peptidases means tripeptidase, dipeptidase, monopeptidase. These are the peptidases. And disaccharidases, actually disaccharidases are present here. Disaccharidases are not present in mouth, oral cavity. Disaccharidases such as maltose, sucrase, lactase. Sucrase is also known as invertase. Maltase, sucrase, lactase, these are the disaccharidases actually. Our salivary amylase is not a disaccharidase. Okay. So, small intestine have peptidases, disaccharidases in succus entericus, which is also known as intestinal juice. That intestinal juice is secreted by the crypts of Lieberkühn and Brunner's glands. Okay, and all these secretions have the pH value from 7.5 to 8.0, which is base in nature. And some enzymes also secreted by the pancreas and liver, which I'll teach you later. Okay, and that enzymes also must be activated by an enzyme activator. That enzyme activator is also secreted in small intestine. That enzyme activator is known as enterokinase, which activates the inactive enzymes into active forms in the small intestine, is enterokinase, like HCl. HCl is an enzyme activator which is present in the stomach. Enterokinase is also an enzyme activator which is present in the small intestine. And there is a special structure in crypts of Lieberkühn at the base of the villi. There are special cells. That cells are known as Paneth cells. Pannate cells, and these pannate cells are help in protection which can kill the microorganisms. The pannate cells kill the microorganisms. Above the pannate cells there are another type of special cells are known as stem cells. You know about the stem cell. Stem cell is the cell which have ability to generate new tissue. Okay, if there is any microorganism can rupture the wall of the small intestine, that ruptured wall is renewed by the stem cells. Stem cells secrete other cells for replacing that destroyed cells. అక్కడ ఏమైనా మైక్రోఆర్గానిజమ్స్ అక్కడ వాటిని ఏమైనా కిల్ చేసి రప్చర్ చేసేస్తే స్మాల్ ఇంటెస్టైన్ విల్ని మ్యూకస్ లేయర్ని ఏమైనా రప్చర్ చేస్తే దట్ మ్యూకస్ లేయర్ ఈజ్ రీప్లేస్డ్ బై ఎ న్యూ లేయర్. దట్ న్యూ లేయర్ ఈజ్ సెక్రెటెడ్ బై ద స్టెమ్ సెల్, and the pannate cells protect the stem cells and they fight against the microorganisms which enter into the small intestine. And here also the protecting enzyme known as lysozyme. Lysozyme also present in the succus entericus, small intestinal juice. Lysozyme also secreted. It is also fight against microorganisms. And there is intestinal lipase, very small amount of intestinal lipase which is help in digestion of the fats. Small amounts of gastric lipase released in stomach, as like the small amounts of intestinal lipase is also released in the small intestine. Okay, before going to know about the digestion in small intestine, we must have some idea about the bile juice and pancreatic juice. So I want to teach you about the pancreas. Before going to the pancreas, I'll repeat it once. Glands in small intestine. The submucosa of the duodenum have Brunner glands which secrete mucus, and at the base of the villi the small intestine form a crypt. That crypts are known as Lieberkühn crypts. They also secrete some juice. The secretion of both Lieberkühn crypts and Brunner glands is known as succus entericus. It is also known as intestinal juice. Okay, that intestinal juice have peptidases, tripeptidase, dipeptidase, monopeptidase, okay, and disaccharidases like maltase, lactase and sucrase. Sucrase is also known as invertase. Okay, and there is an enzyme activator known as enterokinase. Enterokinase is an enzyme activator. Enterokinase is enzyme activator. Enterokinase. Okay, when come to the structure of the detailed structure of the Lieberkühn crypts, the Lieberkühn crypts have some stem cells which have ability to produce a new layer which is ruptured. Okay, and thus that stem cells are protected by the pannate cells which are present at the base of the Lieberkühn crypts. These pannate cells protect the stem cells by fight with the microorganisms.